What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are out here with the Propel ENDEAVOR 3 GT. We're out here at probably one of my most favourite places to film. It's a place called Scribby Gums. I love it because it's just, you can get lost in here for hours and literally need to use your phone to get back to the car. There's wide open paths, there's narrow mountain bike trails, but there's also a whole lot of concrete paths that we can test this board on. I've been riding this for over a week. You can probably see it is extremely dirty. We're going to go out, we're going to test the board. I'm just going to give you my summary of exactly what I think of the 3 GT, because honestly, if you don't want to wait till the end, this is the best Endeavour they've ever made. They've learnt from every single version. They're all the way back from V1, which I've actually got in the car right here. Let me turn the camera and show you. There's the V1 Endeavour there. Here's the V2 Endeavour here. So enough talking. I'm going to check the tyre pressure, we'll get the safety gear on, we'll go for a ride, we'll start with the off-road, and then we'll do some on-road riding. We'll talk about all the upgrades that the 3 GT has in it. Okay, so we're about to head off, and I just heard something crinkle in my pocket. NC eSkate pin that I got at eSkateCon. So awesome.
Alright, let's find some trails and have a little bit of fun. First of all, let me talk about the upgrade before we do that. This is not like a GoPro upgrade. I'm using it as an example because the 13 just came out and it's a bit meh, you know, there's nothing really new. Like if you really dig deep, you'll find some changes. This is not that. The GT3 is a big upgrade from the GT2 and definitely worth, and has definitely earned the Endeavour badge. For starters, the battery. We'll talk a little bit more about it on the ride, but the battery is now 12S 5P Samsung 50S cells. So it's gone from the GBs up to the 50S. The Gs or the GBs, I can't remember which one it is, practically the same. But what that means is the discharge rate has dramatically increased. So you're now getting really good discharge and really good capacity. The 50S, I've said this on a lot of videos, it really is the Goldilocks cell at the moment for factory e-skates. These trails are narrow, but a lot of fun. Wow, oh, big bump, Jesus. Now the board is 21 kilos. I'll put the Freedom units on the screen. And it is very, very nimble. It doesn't feel heavy when you're riding it. And yet it does get a little bit tricky lifting it in tight spaces. But that's, I guess, the payoff for having that big battery at 12S 5P and those big motors and that very, very solid steel chassis. Woo! Far out. I can tell you right now, just so you know at home, these bumps I'm hardly even feeling. The suspension is smoothing everything out. I am mindful of my wheelbase. I don't want my tires to clip a tree. Whoa. Woo. Oh my goodness. And that suspension and steering is so beautifully dialed in. Like, compared to the Endeavour 1, this is a whole different board. Compared to the Endeavour 2, this is even better, which is so nice to see. They've continued the quick swap bushings so you can tailor the board to yourself. All you need to do is literally remove this top plate. Remove that, slot the bushing in, put the plate back on. That's it, it's so easy. The other thing we have to look out for today is snakes. It's going to be very, very warm. There's been a few people through here. It is Saturday morning and the park run's just been here, but they don't come on these trails. So we've got to keep an eye open for pythons, red bellies, and king browns, which is, I think, the poisonous, most poisonous snake in the world, I think. Could be wrong, but anyway, let's have fun. Ooh. Ooh, it's getting skinny. Those tires gripped nicely then to the foliage. Oh, yeah. Woo. Nice. Yep. What? Now, I've got to give props to the Endeavour because this is a single wheel track. This is designed for mountain bikes. So there are some very, very narrow bits, which I'm trying to, ooh, which way? Let's go this way. Now the next big upgrade is the ESC. They've gone from the, I think it's the FOC 1 or 2, now it's the FOC 3, FOC 3. And it's not just the number, they've upped the power. And this board, like I said in the intro, has a lot more power than the GT2. It's now running 120 bus current with 150 max phase current. And you can feel every single one of those currents, let's say. This thing has so much more power, which I'll show you when we do the street riding. But even just around here, in the loose stuff, on the hills, when you're trying to sort of power out of things, you can hit that accelerator and it just spins the back wheel, and takes you where you need to go. The other really cool thing with the FOC 3 is they've paired it with their nice new remote control. Now, this is a beautiful remote. It's lightweight, it's comfortable, but it's not the aesthetics or the feeling, it's the customization that makes this remote so good. You can go in and you can tailor all of your settings on the board. You can tailor your acceleration, your top speed, your power, all that sort of thing. Which means you can give this board to a kid and just tune it down, and you know they'll be safe. You can adjust the brakes on the fly by pulling the brake on and hitting the gear change button. There's no app needed. There's no, click 8 times, scroll down 3 pages and so on. It's just brake on, touch the brake. There's brake 1, brake 2, brake 3, brake 4. It's that quick and easy. I really like that. Wow. Watch this bump. Not a problem. Oh, this one's a bit bigger. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh no, this is going to be hard to ride back up. I hope there's a out at the other end. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh, thank God I don't have to go back up that hill. Woo. All right. So the suspension, I think I might have already covered off it. I'm going to do it again. The suspension is insane. It's very responsive and it turns beautifully. All right, just super quickly, I want to talk about the extras that come with the GT3. And I guess the most notable one is the atmospheric lights. I'll put them down. Let me show you really quickly. So these things here, these little, I'm gonna call them light cannons, have colored beads in them. So I'll flick them on. Mine came standard with blue in them, which is really nice. Hey mate, really nice blue. But in the box, you also get a green and a red. So you can put all green in, you can put all red in, or you can mix and match and you can make it Christmassy with green and red and whatever you want. Really nice feature, nice little safety feature, and it's a nice addition with the GT3. Deck, carbon fiber, 100% carbon fiber, handmade, 3K. It's filthy at the moment, but it has this amazing like piano gloss finish. It's absolutely beautiful. And the grip tape. This new design grip tape, it's really nice to see a new fresh design. It reminds me of maybe like a fishbone. It's padded, it's comfortable, and the board will still accept the Propel bindings. So you can buy them at the checkout for a discounted price. I'm at like $100 for a set of bindings. If you're going to be going off-road like this, I would suggest getting some form of bindings.
And that is a fun trail. Oh my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm feathering the throttle and brake right now, just controlling those corners. Far out. This is a trail. Look at that power. Oh, I took a wrong turn and missed the corner. Luckily, lots of other people must do it as well. I think I'm on a new track now. My goodness. That was the trail that dreams are made of. This seems like a good place to end the road riding, the trail riding, sorry. If that's all you're interested in, you can stop watching now. I keep forgetting I'm not on an EUC and I see big logs. And then I realize I should probably slow down for that. All right, let's go to the road and let's talk about its tarmac capability. Super quickly, before we start the road portion of the video, I just want to show you one thing. And this is a pretty big deal. We've been out here for over an hour. Yep, almost 2 hours now. Stopping, starting, trails, hills, all that sort of thing. The battery on this side here, that's your board battery, is still showing full on that 12S5P. So 1,110 watt hours with the 50S cells. So that's really good capacity considering I think I've been pushing it reasonably hard. I would say I've been pushing it above average and it's still reading full, which is crazy. I can't wait to do the range test on this board because I can still remember the original range test on the original Endeavour 1. And that thing was insane. It just kept on going. It was so economical. Even down to the last like 10%, it could still climb a reasonably steep incline. There was one by my place, my old place, which was about 20%. And even down at 10%, it could still climb it quickly, like 35, 40 kilometers per hour, which if you know anything about batteries and discharge rate, that's pretty crazy. What do you think so far? Have you got any comments or questions or got any thoughts on the GT3? Chuck them down below. If you are thinking about getting one, I should say don't forget to use, I had a big spider on my hand, Jesus Christ. Don't forget to use Scott D at checkout. Hope it didn't bite me. It gives you a really good discount. Like it's not one of these little $10, $15 ones. It's like, I think it's like 60 or 70 bucks off. So make sure you use that. It gives you a discount so you don't pay full price, and it also helps to support the channel. Right, let's go ride. Oh, yeah. This is a fast board, very stable. The suspension doesn't feel, how can I explain it? Floaty, if that makes sense. Sometimes when you get suspension boards, you get a bit of a floaty feel to it. This just feels grounded, and the spring is doing all the work. The spring is keeping you level. It's keeping you grounded. It's keeping that wheel against the ground. Whoa. I would carve in here, but that red stuff you can see on the ground is loose pine needles. So once we get out of here, I'll do a little bit of carving. Wow. Whoa, man. This is a fun board. Fun board, fast board, stable board. Amazing battery. Beautiful wheels. It's using their Bravia wheels that they created. They look beautiful. It's got the Sunmate tires on. The Sunmates have come a long way. Loads of grip, and it doesn't seem to hurt the range that much. Wow. Man. I tell you, the fun factor on this board is there. Like, for a $2,000 board, or $2,200, whatever it is, you get a lot of fun for the value. This ESC and remote is so refined. It accelerates and brakes absolutely beautiful. I think the proof there is on that off-road segment, when I had the confidence to fly along there, and I knew I had the power to accelerate out of corners, and I knew I had the, what's the word I'm looking for? I knew I had the, what's the word? Smoothness, I guess, to feather those brakes. It's the same on road. You know, you can carve it, and then you can feather it on the corners. It's not jerky at all. It's very, very predictable, which is a big deal when it comes to e-skate ESC. Wow. I'll be honest, I don't ride my Endeavors enough. I'm always too busy out reviewing boards, but I need to find more time because I forget how much fun the Endeavor series as a whole is to ride. A little bit of a cross track there. Glad I didn't have to give way to anybody. Whoa, all right. So the last thing to talk about is the top speed before we wrap it up. Hey Siri, what's 32 miles per hour in kilometers per hour? 51.5. So we were just sitting on 51.5 kilometers per hour there, 32 miles per hour on an uphill. This board, it really can perform. It is such a pleasure to ride. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Scott D at checkout. Awesome suspension, awesome wheels. It's such a good board. 21 kilos, like I've already mentioned, on-road, off-road. Atmospheric lights or ambient lights, whatever you want to call them. Pre-wired for headlights. I think these are extra, I'm not sure. I have to double check. Yeah, anyway, let's head back and I'll give you my final wrap up. Well, I think that's kind of the final wrap up, right? I don't need to say anything else. 6374 motors, new FOC ESC, handmade carbon deck. Gear drive option as well. That's a big one, I forgot to mention. You can order this as a gear drive. Now I haven't tried their gear drive, so I can't comment on that. But if it's anything like the other gear drives I've been riding lately from all the different brands, it'll be awesome. If you're gonna be doing a lot of trail riding, the gear drive might be the right choice for you. Yeah, definitely check it out. I am gonna ask them if they can send me a gear drive because I wanna test out the Propel gear drive. Because if it's like anything else they do, it's gonna be well thought out, over-engineered, and just perform beautifully. So yeah, anyway, that's the end. GT3, Endeavor GT3, I hope you've enjoyed it. What are your thoughts? Are you thinking about getting one? Do you already have one? I wanna know your experience. If you get one, comment on the video, tell me all about it. God, now there's a cobweb on the lens. I'm having the worst day today. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you in the next video. That was a good save.